guys are really good rock climbers.
Oh.
These guys are excellent rock climbers. They use really strong claws. They'll use their tail to hold on to stuff. These guys are fantastic rock climbers, and they have to be. Because imagine what this girl does when she sees a predator coming towards her. She'll run in between some rocks. She'll wedge herself in there really good. She'll fill herself up with air. And then she uses this tail. Now this tail is covered in spikes that all point backwards. So it makes it very easy for me to just go down the tail just like this. But the second I try to go back up the tail, I'm gonna get caught.
Really? Did I cut you?
Well, no, no, caught, not cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get caught, and I'm sure if I tried hard enough I'd get caught. But I'll get caught on these spikes, and that's essentially what she does. When she dives down into that burrow, she curls this tail around and uses that kind of like a doorway. So anyone coming in after her or anyone trying to pull her out is going to have a really hard time because of all these spikes. Now, one thing that's really cool to notice about these monitor lizards and a few other lizards is that they also have a forked tongue, just like the snakes, to smell stuff with. But there's another really interesting organ, sensory organ on this lizard I can show you. And that is that this lizard has 3 eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this lizard has 3 eyes. I'll show you. I don't know if your parents ever have to do this to you. So, if you look right square on the top of her head, she's actually got a line pointing towards it. You guys gotta sit down. I'll come around for you. She's actually got a line pointing right at it. You see the little white dot right on the top of her head. See that?
That's her little eye?
Yep.
Her third eye.
That is her 3rd eye. Well, not exactly. So, monitor lizards and a whole lot of other lizards, actually, they have a 3rd eye to help them see the sunlight. Because reptiles are, of course, cold-blooded or ectothermic if you're a nerd like me. So, they like to heat themselves up in the sun. Every day they have to heat themselves up in the sun. We actually heat up our bodies with breakfast every morning. That's how we keep our bodies warm. That's how we keep active.
And blankets.
Yeah, and blankets. But these guys, they have to warm themselves up with the sun every day. You can see she kind of got this nice ray of sunshine, and all of a sudden she's spreading herself out, trying to get as much sun as possible, just like a big old solar panel. So she's using that 3rd eye of hers to see the brightest, sunniest spots, so she knows where to bask and how to get warm quicker than everyone else. One thing that's also really cool, oh, yeah, there it is. Send me a picture of this. Sometimes monitor lizards will actually stand up on their hind legs. This is why they call them monitor lizards. Sometimes they'll actually stand up on their hind legs and check stuff out.
I want to.
They're monitoring the area.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Can I pay?
Yeah, in a sec, yes. So,
Hold
these
your
guys
horses.
are really cool. Now, like I said, they live in those rocks. They got the 3rd eye, they got the forked tongue, and they're a miniature Komodo dragon. Does anyone have any questions about Ruby, the spiny-tailed monitor lizard? Yes.
Spit it out, Edward.
Mom.
Ah, yep, Ruby. She's a ruby red color. That's why I like her so much. Well, one of the reasons. She's also just very sweet. Pretty much do whatever I want with her. Alright, I had a question over here first.
You like that, Ruby?
So, she has dots for the same reason that the leopard gecko has dots. When she's hiding, say for instance in some bushes, those dots actually help break out the outline of her body. So, say for instance if you're a predator, if you just saw sort of a plain shape of a lizard, you know that's a lizard right away. But if you saw something that was just kind of broken up, didn't look quite like the shape of a lizard, you might pass it by. And that's kind of the idea behind having all these spots. Alright, what's your question now?
How venomous is it?
Not very venomous at all. Maybe enough to hurt something like a beetle. So we're pretty safe.
How do you know it's a girl?
Well, that's a good question.
Hey.
When she was a little baby, I shined a flashlight through her tail, and I can tell you.
No more?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Only as babies, though. It's really hard to tell when they grow up.
I know right now
Yeah.
at this age.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, maybe a little bit. The females do stay a little bit smaller than the males. She's about 2/3 of the way grown, too. She's not all the way there yet.
How long do they live?
These guys can live over 20 years pretty easy.
20 years?
Yep. Now, so we're going to be able to pet this one, and then what I want you guys to try doing is I want you guys to try petting down her back. Try petting down the
Look at
scales
how
on her
he's doing
tail.
it.
Then try going back up. You'll see just how difficult it is for a predator to get a
Hey,
mouthful of
Reuben.
that.
Hey,